All right. And because I don't trust shit, I'm going to record from this one.
This conference will now be recorded.
I might have performance issues. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Hanish, Andrew Labouche, Miguel Antonio Barragon, bringing you the bubble right over our shoulder. It's going to be a little bleached out, hopefully, as the sun sets by the end of the show. The green thing, hold on. The green thing, that would be the MGM. Directly behind the MGM would be the bubble.
The bubble. I feel like Dr. Evil. The lasers.
The laser fames. I'm, of course, as always, joined by Andrew Labouche, coming to us from lovely Tracy, California, and per instruction per our illustrious producer. I am no longer going to talk about the Tracy insurgency because apparently that's not helping. For people who don't know or not following the show, Andrew has told me that there is a Seattle-like movement in the city of Tracy, and apparently Tracy is about to become its own country?
State,
I don't know how that works.
Province?
We're here to talk about boxing. We apologize. We didn't do a show on Sunday. And I apologize. Miguel's drinking. I'm drinking. We're in Vegas. I'm in Vegas. I'll be hunting, fishing, loving every day. I sent my woman away to go get drunk with her friends while we record the show for you. First of all, go to fightnetradio.com. I'm putting Miguel on Story Watch. I'm putting Andrew on Story Watch. And I'm just going to sit here and vape and drink. Miguel brought me Black Label, Andrew. How far is this going to go out of control?
Very nice.
Black Label.
Yeah, I found it.
When friends care enough to make sure that you're in a blackout before your new wife comes back. It's the first time I said that on a recording. Geez, my exes are going to be pissed if they actually listen to the show. We've had this talk. With all of that said, we did not do a show on Sunday. There was boxing on Thursday. There was boxing on Tuesday. But I want to share a story with you, Andrew, because you'll appreciate this because this shit happens to you all the time. I am talking to, I'm going to have to use the word anonymous source, okay? But let's just say it's not really technically an anonymous source. It's a friend, and that's as much as I can say. And he goes, do you know Victor Ortiz? And I said, yeah. I said, the boxer, right? Not, Victor Ortiz, the city councilman for, I don't know, Wichita. And he goes, no, the boxer. I said, yeah, I know Victor Ortiz. We talk about him a lot. He goes, why? I said, his court case. Is there something new you want to share with me? He goes, no. Unofficially, and I can't confirm it or deny it, if he can get past his court case, he's fighting Floyd Mayweather on HBO. And I went, all right, let me stop you right there. Floyd Mayweather?
What?
That was the first, take a deep breath. I said, Floyd, if he fights, it'll be Pacquiao or McGregor or Khabib Shamalama Ding Dong. Or it's going to be Manny Pacquiao. I said, Victor Ortiz doesn't move the needle for anybody. I said, and secondly, HBO is not in the business of doing boxing anymore. He goes, oh. I said, now, if he does clear his court case, I could see Showtime or DAZN or even Golden Boy offering him a multi-fight deal that might get him some bigger names. I said, but no. Nobody's talking to him about fighting Floyd Mayweather, and nobody's talking to him about fighting on HBO. I said, the rest of it, if he could somehow magically get over assault and rape, as I recall.
Is that what it is?
I think
it's
like kidnapping and rape or something. It's some big charges.
Rape,
Yeah,
assault,
got some.
with a side
He
of
held her. Yeah, I think he held her against her will.
absolutely, right? So I said, yes, if he gets past that, I said there's a market for Victor Ortiz. Do I think it's a Mayweather crowd? I said, no. He'd be lucky to make $1 million. Like, he wouldn't make any money in that fight. He'd be lucky. He should go after a title, defend the title. And I was, like, explaining this. And then there was this final pause from my anonymous source, who I know. And he goes, that sounds logical. And I went, and this is why I don't talk boxing with people who don't know about boxing. ever. Even my brother-in-law, who is a complete sports fanatic, when he starts to tell me about boxing, my eyes roll into the back of my head like I'm a shark, and I'm just so, meh, you don't know what you're talking about. Meh. All right, Andrew, we've been off for a week. We'll go around the table, I'm sure, before we get to the whole review of, did you watch the boxing on the Boxing at the Bubble behind me in the green building? Did you watch the boxing at the Bubble?
Yes, I watched the main event last night. The Greer upset.
Yeah.
Is that his last name? Yeah, Greer upset.
Exactly.
So I did check.
Pillow. Yeah, the pillow.
The Filipino,
Pillow.
yes, sir.
Yeah, it's all about the pillow.
And then I did watch Thursday fights. Was that the Magdaleno, correct? Jesse?
Oh, yes.
Oh, we didn't talk about Jesse. Yes, we all watched that one.
Yeah.
I guess we could start right there. So let's just jump to the main event because the rest of the card was horseshit.
Yeah.
Galata? Did I get it right this time? We had to stock on the night of the fight.
Andrew Galata.
It was Galata Part 2. For those of you who don't know, go get this. It's floating around on the web already. If you did not watch the Jesse Magdaleno fight, he will not be having children ever again. Like, he literally had his balls punched like a punching bag. Like, it was the funniest shit ever. And the funniest part was he got hit on a low blow on the hip before they stopped that fight. And it still went about a minute longer than that. I was totally into it because I don't know why it went that long. Andrew, first, your reaction.
It was a good fight. Yeah, the guy, he was losing patience with Jesse and started aiming for low blows. He was trying to take the legs away from him. I was really surprised that they let that fight go on after Jesse got knocked out. When he hit him.
Why didn't he stay? Okay, for those of you who don't know the fucking rules of boxing, this is the dumbest thing I see in every fight. You get a low blow at that moment. Stay the fuck down. We've watched fighters who actually know the rules, who just pretend to be out and wait for a stretcher and be carried out. What the fuck is Jesse doing? Just stay down, bro. Just stay down. Go. I can't continue. You win by a technical disqualification. I realize Bob probably gave you a bonus to do 12 rounds, but fuck that. Take the win and go home.
Bob gave bonuses to everyone because Jay Nady kept that fight going too, and I didn't think he had to. That should have been an immediately disqualification, and we get on to some talking. But, hey, he came back, he woke up, and he won. That's impressive. I did not think he was going to win that fight. Lee, I think you even started texting, he's going to lose this fight now.
He's going to lose the fight.
Yeah. Well,
he's going to lose this fight.
Yeah, he was allowing his opponent to, corner him and have his back up against the ropes. And then he initiated a clinch every single time he got near him. He wasn't doing shit. I think he dropped him once earlier in the fight. But other than that, he was just like, what the fuck? He's totally letting this fight get away. He's letting his opponent control the center of the ring and pushing his back up against the ropes. I was expecting, eventually, I thought we were going to get to the scorecards and they were going to...
I think it was going to be closer. To be brutally honest about the Magdaleno fight, for all you Jesse Magdaleno fans, including Bob. By the way, if you're just listening to the podcast and you're going, the sound sucks, go watch the fucking video. It's me and Miguel with the bubble behind us. Hopefully the sun will set over the course of the hour and you'll get a better view of it. I got enough light on that it might work. It's a tough shot. I tried outside. I tried 5 locations to get you guys. I was even going to go shoot from the parking lot at the MGM, and I thought, what if I don't get internet? I'm going to walk all the way over there. Andrew and I have done this before where I get all fired up. I'm going to do the fucking shot from downtown. Never enough internet to pull this off. So I'm in my room at the lovely New York, one of the 3 MGM properties that's open. And by the way, great room. I upgraded, by the way. If you guys don't have podcasts, get a podcast just so you get a fucking upgrade. Let me give you a life hack. Get a podcast that reviews hotel rooms, let's just say. And say at the counter, I have a show called the Las Vegas Review Podcast. Upgrade number 1. Then the key didn't work in the elevator. Upgrade number 2, which put me into what they call, Andrew, have you ever heard of a fresh room?
No.
Okay, so let me tell you about the fresh room because this guy showed up wearing a mask, gloves, and covered in a white fucking bodysuit.
I gotta play it safe.
He's got to play it safe. First of all, nobody in the hotel is wearing a mask except this one. And then he comes up to the room. I'm like, you got to take your mask off. So we have like that scent shit that they do in like a spa right here. We have a humidifier and a triple filter over there. Everything in the room was hermetically sprayed and sealed when I showed up in the room. You have to cut through a little, I'm not making this up. You have to cut through a clean badge at the door because the room has been labeled as sterilized and clean. And it's moist, it's wet, it's almost like being at the beach. I got to be brutally honest. I live in 60% humidity, and this is my wife. I'll keep saying it. We'll get it
officially.
Unofficially.
Oh, unofficial.
Well, look, I assume that there are exes who may watch this, and the news of this crazy-ass ring ceremony that I broke to everybody was that a week ago, Andrew? Yeah, yeah. Hi, everyone. I got married again to a redhead. Not the one you guys were expecting. You've heard me talk about different ones. I picked a redhead this time. She's Irish, and she's white. And she's goddamn near translucent at the moment. So if you say that I don't have white value or white pride or whatever the fuck that is, and by the way, I saw this on Facebook, and I just got to say it. Somebody posted white privilege. Isn't that shaming us based on the color of our skin? And it was posted, of course, by a white person. And I was so close to typing in, if I didn't care about social media, you are such an ignorant cunt. You don't get it. Why don't you go live in a city like, I don't know, Compton or San Diego, where when you look around, you're the fucking minority. I grew up in East LA. That's not a joke. I was the minority. I can't ever say that I understand what everybody else goes through, but with a Native American Indian grandfather who still had a chip on his shoulder till the day he couldn't talk from a stroke, literally the last days he was talking to me, he was still like, I don't know what they're fucking complaining about. I mean, really, like they're getting off lightly. That's my Native American, 100% Native American Indian grandfather talking about every other culture going, I don't know what they're complaining about. You got a life. They're not like relocating your ass somewhere and making you a slave like they did with my family. Like, take a step, all right? Take a step. Fought in World War II, fought in Vietnam, Purple Heart, Silver Star, never took the chip on his shoulder, sucked it up, married a white woman. So I'm following after my grandfather and married a white woman. Finally. I knew you'd love that, Andrew.
It's so stupidly.
Well, you've got white listeners who seem to think that I'm not into white people. I am. But, Andrew, I don't know if you understand the crazy scale of women, and I recommend going on YouTube for everybody and doing the arc scale of, I feel like I should add the video right here. If I really did video editing of how to pick a woman based on the crazy hot scale.
I think we're getting off the Jesse fight here, Lee.
Look, the fight sucked, bro. I'd rather talk about life, to be brutally honest.
A few pointers, though, I want to make clear. Miguel was right.
By the way, shout out to Sam Navajero. That was Andrew putting us on track for a rare change.
Where was it going? Oh, you were right, Miguel. He dropped him twice in the fight. First and fifth rounds, I believe, and it was Robert Byrd that was reffing the fight, not Nady.
What is he?
Robert
90?
Byrd.
Gotcha. What is he? 90? I mean, let's be brutally honest. The Nevada Athletic Commission, between their judges and their referees, and I'm not trying to be a dick, there's like 400 years of age at any given point around that ring, and you fucking guys let that fight continue? I mean, seriously. You guys watched Jersey Joe Walcott fight. You think you guys could call this correctly? I get that you guys only...
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they had another fight, Lee.
Oh, yeah, it could be. There's nothing else. That's right.
No swing fight. There was nothing behind it.
They're like... They were begging. Give him 5 minutes and let's beg this kid gets up. You know what I mean? You're right.
Have you ever seen... Wait, here's the other one that blew my mind. Has anyone ever seen the full 5 minutes on a nut shot? That's the first time I've ever seen somebody go the full 5.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes the guys are already warmed up and shit. 5 minutes will just cool them down way too much. So often than not, they just hop back in without cooling off. Because, you know, you don't want to cool off you got a sweat going and everything. You're fucking warm. 5 minutes is too much. That's why there's only a minute in between rounds. So sometimes I understand with these fighters, they kind of jump the gun a little bit and are like, they tell the referee, I'm good to go before the 5 minutes, even though they have the full 5 minutes. I mean, it's happened before. There are some guys that do take the full 5 minutes, but I think they'd rather not because they'll cool off. I mean, you don't want to.
Have you
Yeah,
seen,
no,
have you
that
seen
makes
five,
sense.
Andrew? Have you ever
Yes.
seen a 5?
Yes, and that makes sense though what Miguel was saying about cooling off. You've seen when what was it, the fan man, when he went into the
Oh
Bo
my God, that was
Holyfield
50.
fight?
I was there.
They started throwing towels and everything on those guys, man. They were just steaming. They were steaming away when they first put those towels on them because they were running that hot. So yeah, you definitely don't want to cool off when your body.
I was watching that the other day because all I do is watch YouTube for no reason. And what's the hype on Jersey Joe Walcott? Really, seriously, everyone. His style is just getting hit and surviving. But I digress. What is the last outdoor fight in Vegas? That's a good trivia question.
That was it. That was it, Lee.
I think it was too.
No, it couldn't have been because that was like, what, 94?
Well, we're talking the backyard of Caesars right behind us, right?
No, that's gone now. But I'm almost positive that at some point, what was it? Oh, it had to be 96 with was it Chavez and De La Hoya 2 or something? That was still at Caesars because it was still around then.
That sounds about right.
96-ish, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, bro. I could have swore that fan man put it all on lockdown.
That's a Googleable one.
Yeah, you might have to Google it.
All right. So, what were your overall feelings of last Thursday's fight, Andrew, while I look up this stupid fact?
Overall feelings, Jesse has 2 hard opponents in front of him. Look, they got Shakur Stevenson at the WBO title, and then he has Gary Russell Jr. on the WBC. Both are tough opponents. I see Jesse getting phone calls from both of those guys pretty quick here to try to schedule a fight. He's ranked number 1 by the WBC and I think number 4 by the WBO now. Because he has ties with Bob, look for the Shakur Stevenson fight to probably get made before Russell Jr., correct?
Most likely. Would it have we heard or have we received any word in regards to like whether or not Shakur is going to move back down to 126? Because he did fight at 130 against his most recent opponent, Caraballo. But that was at 130, if I'm not mistaken. Is he going to go back down? Have we heard anything?
No, I have not heard anything about that.
Because I'm not sure he's going to go back down to defend that 126 WBO belt or just relinquish it and stay at 130. I'm not sure yet.
Andrew, with that said, behind me is the bubble, and we're still talking about the bubble. And by the way, on Thursday, that's still that 5-minute fucking cocaine. Listen, it was a great night. Jesse Magdaleno shined like a fucking superstar. I don't know what everybody's fucking complaining about. You got, I don't know, 9, 10 rounds of activity. I'm going to break something that I thought about on Saturday that's going to set Andrew off. Because, by the way, nobody has ever Googled what was the last outdoor fight ever in Vegas. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to look at Caesars outdoor fights because it was the only outdoor venue. Here's the one that I thought of, Andrew. Are you ready? Are you sitting down?
Yes.
I know you do the show standing up. Don't lie to me.
No, I am. Yeah, no, I'm
All right,
standing
you ready
up.
for this? I think Dana White and Bob Arum are in cahoots. I don't think there's a war. I think it's bullshit. Why wouldn't, if Dana really wanted to teach him a motherfucking lesson, why wouldn't he slam him on that Saturday with a rock-solid card or even on one of those 2 days and teach, or put it on Wednesday or put it on Friday? Why?
No, that's ESPN. That's ESPN.
Okay, you think that. You would think that, but you know this about Dana White. Dana has clearly demonstrated, and I've got Miguel, our MMA expert. Does Dana give a fuck about the contract he has? Ever?
Hell fucking no.
Oh, come on.
I mean,
come on.
My question
if
is
they made
motive, why? Why would they be in cahoots?
Well,
because of ESPN.
So that because of ESPN. Ultimately,
ESPN slaps them both.
I
you
think
guys.
Their fight is fake. I think their drama. Okay. Outside of Al Heyman, that nobody has ever seen in public, and we don't know if he's a real human being. Okay, excluding that. Have you ever seen him say shit about Eddie Hearn, shit about De La Hoya, shit about main events, shit about anybody else the way anybody else.
Are we
except
talking
Dana White.
about Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bob, he went, when Oscar first broke off, they had their little rift in the media. But no, not of lately. It's been him and Dana a lot. They're both Las Vegas based though, correct?
Yes, they are. In fact, I'm pretty sure they golf at the same fucking spot. I mean, I don't want to be brutally honest. Dana is a guy who has legitimately over time shown that he will try to fuck someone else to prove a point, right? He so desperately wants to be the promoter, right, in Vegas. Okay, if that's the case,
I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not really into the MMA world. Have they been showing the UFC numbers?
Yeah. And I don't want to break it to you. They're way better than Bob's.
Well, can you show me? I mean, don't just say it. You got to show it.
You can. I can't because I'm doing this horse shit, trying to get a sunset so I can show the goddamn green building and that I'm in Vegas and that Miguel's sitting next to me. I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick about this, but wow, I can't even make this up. My Breathe app just hit my fucking watch to tell me to take a breath and relax. Am I? I'm not even. I wish I could show this and that it would show up. Okay, Andrew.
I would not want that watch. That watch would be beeping.
All the time for me. All the fucking time. Don't even ask me how I got to Vegas. That's a whole saga that would take an hour. And it was hilarious. Miguel heard about it the entire trip. Let's just say that my particular trip to Vegas, I was legitimately the minority. Legitimately. In fact, I can't think of another person.
Okay, Lee, I'm gonna tell you on the first thing that I looked up, Ngannou and Velasquez did big ratings for ESPN.
Of course.
Well, that was
Yeah, exactly. That's two of the biggest fighters in their sport.
No.
But the very
It was Ngannou against Shitbag, right?
No.
He fought nobody in
He
there.
was on the undercard of Alistair Overeem and Walt Harris.
Right.
So I think we might talk about an old one here because that one is from a while back.
this is from February 18th, 2019.
Oh, that's over a year.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that, and then the next one for these are all both 19 says ESPN2 ratings are whack. UFC ratings are whack. So you better find me some fucking articles that are showing me that they're doing millions of views because I don't see it.
Bullshit.
And I will tell you right now, Lee, there's a lot of people in the chat rooms that love throwing the UFC articles up on boxing things.
Wow. All right, so I found one here. This is relatively recent. This is Alistair Overeem and Walt Harris. That was a few weeks ago. Walt Harris, if you guys remember, is the guy whose daughter was kidnapped and murdered. Sad story, of course. He fought. He was the the opponent for Alistair Overeem. This was earlier. This was I want to say May, maybe. I think it was May. It averaged 1.198 million viewers over the course of the broadcast that kicked off at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Once again, though, overseeing one of the legends of the MMA, Shakur Stevenson is Overseem is a legend, right? Right?
Yeah. He's very
Overeem.
Yeah.
It's overrated.
It's very hard to it's kind of hard to compare a fighter of that caliber to a guy like Shakur Stevenson. Very unknown even in the real boxing world still.
But let's be brutally honest. Let's say Oscar finally gets off his dead horse. I'm going to do Hollywood. All right, let me do it the correct way because we're running real video. Yo, why are you being a dick, Andrew? What's up?
Well, I'm just trying to point out that's kind of a bad comparison. Listen, bro. You're talking about.
I want to talk about my fighters.
Okay? They said that guy had fought on every MMA platform that was ever built. Lee, it's kind of the difference there.
Is this more about like the viewership though, or just the fact that the promoters are putting on? The UFC's putting on.
We're filling right now.
But fucking Bob is putting on Shakur Stevenson.
Against nobody.
There's a lot more money involved in boxing. You can't get these guys to get in the ring for just a few $100,000. Where in the MMA, that's what they do to these guys. Okay, if they're even making a few $100,000 I'd be
They have
impressed on some of
sponsors,
these.
All right. As much
I
as
know, all right,
everyone
but I'm
wants
not talking
to
about the sponsors. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what it takes to get in the ring, that
Like
guaranteed
5%.
money.
5%, right?
Hey, let's give an example. Ryan Garcia just turned down $200,000 fucking dollars to fight an unranked opponent. You won't get that in the UFC. Dana White would fire that man.
Oh yeah, any day of the week. Well, Shakur got
Fuck out of here! Stop it already.
For this fight with Caraballo. That's what Shakur got, to my knowledge, $400K. I mean, it's a lot more than any fucking UFC fighter.
That's serious money.
It is.
That's serious money, Lee.
That's some serious fucking cash.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that is.
My point to this story was, I'm really in cahoots with Dana.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Dana sometimes, they talk big, but I don't know how much they can move against boxing, Lee. We've seen it before. That's why everyone was so mad when fucking Dazin opened up with moving Canelo's fight. Hey, how did that work for Dazin? Matter of fact, where the fuck's Dazin at right now?
Well, DAZN, which is the proper pronunciation.
DAZN, whatever.
I like
Get
Andrew's
ready to
pronunciation.
rumble.
I like Dazin better.
I like Dazn better too. It's correct. The fact that they call it DAZN makes me feel like I'm in a Deontay Wilder wet dream.
Yeah, matter of fact, you know what? Lee, you're right. With all the statues coming down, I feel a little offended by it being called DAZN. I want that changed.
It's not the alcohol, right? That was a good joke.
No, that was a good joke.
That was a good joke. All right. Fuck, I love Vegas. Andrew, I haven't been in Vegas since like December, and I feel like, dude, you haven't been here in what, a year or two?
Oh shit, a lot long. Yeah, I think 5, Lee.
Dude, I am telling you, literally, when I got off and was sitting in front of my hotel waiting for my wife to show up, I was just staring downtown, and I went, oh my god, I miss this fucking fucked up place. And the fact that I want to move near here, and my daughter actually said, yeah, that's a good idea. It's closer to my school. I went, I love my daughter. I raised her correctly. I did everything right. And she understands me moving to a shithole. It's a shithole. You move away from it.
You're like the dad on the movie.
It is, you got no state tax, for God's sakes. Jesus Christ, your gas is like less than the rest of the universe. I digress. I'm sticking to my story, Andrew. It's going to come out that, what? Yes, Bob has, what? Could you imagine? I should be doing Bob as Steve Austin. I just realized.
Shit.
What?
What?
By the way, if you're not watching the video, you are missing out on what? It's a Steve Austin joke, and it's a really good one for
all
me.
you wrestling fans.
With that said, let's move on to Tuesday. I didn't watch, Andrew. Didn't give two flying fucks about that card, to be brutally honest. I maybe if we had done a show on Sunday, I might have gotten fired up for it. We skipped Monday, and by the way, Andrew, here's your chance because your family listens to the show. What was Monday, Andrew?
No, it's my wife's birthday. Thank you very much.
And I believe we also hit the anniversary as well, 24 years together.
That's coming. Yeah. Yes, that's this month too.
You
Yes,
realize most of your family is like the podcast crowd, right? Like the video is the bigger crowd. Strange.
Yeah.
I think I'm kidding. I can show you numbers. With that said, to the podcast listeners and the hardcores, and you fucking people who can't write a story on your own, write something nice about Andrew. He cares way more about boxing than I will ever care about this sport. And I'm the guy who went to, I've seen it all. Bandman was not a big deal. By the way, I know the answer to the trivia question, Andrew, and you're not going to get, I'm going to give everybody a chance. All right? I'm only going to give you 3 names. One of them was in the final fight outdoor. So the first one is Oscar De La Hoya. The second one was Evander Holyfield. And the third name I'll give you is Felix Trinidad, who was in the final outdoor. And by the way, if you're playing this as a drinking game, it's a good drinking game. So I think we drink. Andrew, who do you think of those 3 fighters was the main event in the final outdoor fight?
Well, I'm going to stick with my guns and say Evander because unless it was Caesar's Palace that banned it after that, I got to stick with Evander.
Who do you think his opponent was? And I'm going to tell you where it ranks on the list. And by the way, you're wrong, which is going to make it easier for Miguel.
Oh, of course.
All right, so Evander, who do you think Evander fought in that fight?
Well, it doesn't matter now, you dork. It's this fucking fan
No, it's
fight.
not. There are two more in front of it.
No, I know that, but that's what I'm going with. I stuck with my guns.
You're sticking with Riddick Bowe 2 with Fan Man. It was actually the next fight in the outdoor was Evander Holyfield versus Michael Moore outdoor.
Oh.
Whoa. All right.
Where was it at, though, Lee?
Caesar's Palace outside. There's two more fights in front of that.
Okay. So can I get my guess now or what?
Okay, do you want to go for the fight before that, or do you want to go for the last fight?
For the last fight.
All right, the last fight. Is it Trinidad or, did I say,
Go ahead.
who did I say?
De La Hoya.
De La Hoya.
I'm going to go with Trinidad, if I'm not mistaken, against David Reed.
Oh my God, he got it right!
At the Mirage.
Woo! You got it right.
I think it might be the Mirage.
All right, so what was the middle fight with Oscar De La Hoya? Andrew should get this.
No, but he already said it.
No, he didn't.
No, the second one. I said
No,
the
the
first one.
middle
You said Chavez. You already said Chavez De La Hoya.
Oh, yeah,
I said
Chavez
two.
De La Hoya won. No, one.
Oh, shit, I thought it was two.
Oh, you got it wrong.
Okay, all right.
Dick.
I thought it was a rematch.
You got it wrong. So the final three fights, actually the final four fights, because we've been talking, actually, because I went to Hearns versus Hill. Jesus Christ, I did go to Hearns versus Hill. How fucking crazy is that? Hearns Hill, Holyfield Bowe, Holyfield Moore, De La Hoya Chavez won, Trinidad David Reed.
Shit.
Wow, that is nerdy fucking boxing stuff, and I have no jokes, so I'm sorry,
Fix my
Sam.
pocket protector.
I cannot inject a funny joke here because I was actually at a few of these. And the middle ones, what was the last? Okay, here's a better one. What was the last indoor fight at Caesar's Palace? Woo!
Oh, shit.
There are okay, so let's do the last three fights. Here are your choices, Andrew. Main event, including McCallum. Main event, including Holyfield. Main event, including Whitaker. So these are the last three fights at the Caesar's Palace Sports Pavilion where I actually saw, just fucking amazing things. Chacon, Boza. Oh my God,
Which one?
Benitez Hope. Foreman Ron Lyle, 76.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right. So the last three at the indoor pavilion, Andrew. McCallum, Holyfield, Whitaker. Which one are you going to take as your final fight?
I'll go Whitaker.
Ooh, Andrew got the final fight main event.
Oh.
Wait! And this is the best part, because I joke about this particular fighter all the time. Who did he fight? I'm not giving either one of you the hint. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and you both can answer it. I'm going to, because you might both, wow, he's trying.
I'm trying. I don't think I can get this one.
Andrew, who did he fight?
Yeah,
the
I
final
don't know.
fight Andrew.
At what casino?
Caesar's last outdoor pavilion fight.
No, indoor.
Yeah, it was indoors, right?
They're
It's the
indoor arena.
indoor pavilion.
Nah, I don't know. I'll throw it's got to be in the night. It's got to be later in his career, correct?
It is,
Yeah.
and this particular fighter we have talked about insanely to no end. I'm obsessed with him.
De La Hoya.
No, come on.
Nope. Because that one inside. See, I don't know. I don't want to guess. I don't know.
You want to take a stab?
I'll take a stab at it. I would say Trinidad Felix.
No. Are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Azuma Nelson.
Oh shit! When?
I'm not making this
No,
shit
no,
up.
Does it give you the date?
No.
Oh fuck.
Come on.
All right.
Well, that was early. Azuma Nelson, he fought him in the featherweights, no? Or when Azuma moved up from featherweight?
Well, I think, based on the history of the outdoor pavilion, you're looking at Foreman in 76, Holmes, Leonard, Sanchez, Benitez. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Chacon, Mike McCallum, Holyfield, Whitaker.
Damn.
Who did Evander Holyfield fight at the pavilion? Yeah, you should know this.
Well, hold on. Can we get like a clue as to what year?
Phone
it
a
is?
friend?
What, no.
You want to call Australia?
I want to
Australia's
use a
call too.
lifeline. What year is it? What year is this? I want the lifeline.
I don't know the fucking years.
Fine. because that would be like a better. It would help me narrow it
It's
down.
a name that you would know.
Yeah.
Both of you will know this name.
Ruiz was it John Ruiz? No.
Andrew, you want to take a stab?
Nope.
Michael Dokes.
Oh damn!
See?
That was like
I'm
80.
telling you, they fucking
I'm
Michael
telling you,
Dokes.
this thing shut down in the 90s based on the math.
The indoor pavilion.
The indoor pavilion, which ultimately became the new fucking hotel behind it, and then the outdoor pavilion, which they
Which
closed
is like a
shortly
parking
behind.
lot or something.
For those of you who don't know, there is a big, giant white building in the same area. Probably houses, I don't know, 5,000 hotel rooms, knowing them. Back when I was your age, you boxing writers, that's where you used to go for the big fights. But I just thought I'd point that out. And there are probably people typing going, you missed a bunch. I can only go by box rec, and I think they're accurate, for God's sakes. With that said, let's move a little bit forward and talk about news. I put Miguel on it. Miguel, give us our first story.
Well, the one that I was able to come up with quickly was Daniel Kinahan that was removed as the advisor for KHK Sports, which is the person who brokered pretty much Fury and fucking Joshua that's supposed to happen in 2021. Of course, his alleged ties to organized crime. So he got the boot, basically. So he brokered the deal and then he got the boot. It's kind of fucked up, but I mean, you know.
All right, I'm going to do a Jim Rome impression. Reaction, Andrew.
Wait. Who got the boot? What are we talking about?
Oh, the guy who brokered the deal between Joshua and Fury.
Yeah. Daniel.
Damn it. That was...
Ties to, literally has ties to organized crime.
Oh, man. We need more on this story.
Looking it up.
How do I react off a sentence, Lee?
Oh.
That's not
That's
good.
read the
I don't know
goddamn
how...
Story.
I don't know how organized crime got involved in negotiating of that fight.
He's the co-founder of MTK, so hashtag
MTK, hashtag.
Oh, Lee, there you go.
Ready?
Hey, Lee.
Hashtag.
Wait a minute. No, fuck that. Lee, can you go get the video of the first time we ever seen MTK and we said this has to be organized crime? Can you go and get it, bro?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Wait, honestly, Andrew, because I did bring both of my hard drives on the trip, I was gonna do all kinds of shit. And for those of you who don't know Fight Net radio history,
I know.
The two things we've talked about MTK for a long time: organized crime, human trafficking. When that shit finally hits, and you guys go, "Oh, we knew it way back when." Those guys have been human trafficking fucking Croatians forever.
Who was the first guy they signed? It wasn't even Fury. It's before Fury.
Oh my God, it's been going on.
They signed someone before Fury. Oh man,
Andrew, based on that Fresno card, where literally all the opponents were MTK guys.
Yeah, but this goes farther back than that. Fuck, who was this guy? I'll remember it. Yeah, that's a good one. Wow.
That is some sketchy ass shit. Like, do they have a factory?
He was allegedly linked to not just organized crime, but drug trafficking and arms, something like fucking. I don't know if he was ever like, he was charged. I'm sure. I don't think he was ever convicted or anything. But as far as I know, he's considered by the Irish government as a fucking like ruthless crime boss. So he got. We all know that organized crime has a long history with professional boxing. So I don't know. We don't know right offhand if that his connections had anything to do with brokering that deal or not.
Listen,
it's gonna happen.
I'm gonna say this because I like the MTK hashtag MTK. Wait, Andrew, did that come through for you? So we did it. We'll do it at the same time. Hashtag. By the way, go to the FNR merch store. This is gonna happen. I think we might be the first to actually come up with the hashtag symbol. Is it racist?
Oh, I hope not, because I've been doing that for like years.
Hashtag MTK.
I sure as hell hope not.
Hashtag MTK.
We're not doing the OK.
That's Lee's undercover KKK sign. Oh, gee, there you go.
Friends. Dude, you want to know how fucking crazy this town? Wait,
no, go back.
Miguel about this and my wife. They're doing a Juneteenth fucking rally here in Vegas tomorrow. That is so fucking mind-blowing. It's so racist that the president didn't actually want to do it. let me explain how racist shit has to be for the president to not want to do a fucking rally on Juneteenth. And Vegas had, this is no shit, go on Facebook, look at events. There are 408 people who are going to a Juneteenth rally. And if one of them is anything other than white, I would literally shoot myself in my head. Like, I would bet my own life that there is not one single person of any other culture ever going to a Juneteenth rally. Like, that's so racist. And by the way, for everybody going, but Lee, you're a racist. I'm not a racist. I'm not. I went back white. I proved that I'm not a racist. I've Cuban. In fact, I've pretty much, Andrew, you know my history. Have I polluted every race with myself at this point?
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have. The reason I say that is the president is a racist. And if you don't believe that, I know we're not a political show. And I know you guys listened to Andrew's little intro that Sam Navajero put together about him saving the world and being the president. Not going to happen. Normal people are just fucked, okay? Just accept it. The president doesn't want to do a Juneteenth rally because it's too fucking racist. And they're still having one in Vegas. Fucking dirt dwellers here, dude. I mean, I got to be brutally honest. How the fuck do you live
there? I don't interact with these people. I just fucking stay home and go to work.
North Vegas. Hashtag North Vegas.
Hashtag North Vegas, exactly. Exactly. If any of you guys have seen that, like, funny-ass meme where it's like, you know, the Lion King with fucking Simba and his pops, and he's like, what's that over there with the fucking shade, Dad? It's like, oh, that's North Las Vegas. You never go
north.
You never go over there. You never go over
We
there.
put a border around it when they're rioting. We don't allow them onto the strip. And by the way, shout out to Will, who is a North Vegas guy as well. Shout out to Will. Hasn't been on the show in a while. Those of you who have enjoyed his Manny Pacquiao and the fact that he makes Andrew batshit crazy for no apparent reason. Andrew, I drove by Allegiant. I got it right this time.
Yeah.
I drove by Allegiant Stadium on my way in, Andrew. It's nice. There's no fucking parking. There's not a scrap of... The people working on it have to park on side streets, for God's sake. There is no motherfucking parking. Nothing. It's not even an exaggeration on my part of where are you going to put, I don't know, 40,000 cars?
Yeah.
Let's just say that all of Vegas wants to go to a game, Andrew. They're fucked. Feel free.
I hear you.
Your moment. Go ahead. Enjoy.
No, I hear you. We'll see how it all plays out once it all comes together. Right now, COVID is a big help for Mr. Davis on the fact that the stadium can be behind and no one's going to care right now. No big one. I want to get back to boxing though. You're getting me sidetracked here because we need to talk. We need to talk Ryan Garcia. We need to talk Ryan Garcia.
Here's my point about Ryan Garcia, and I'm going to say this as a recording and apparently a video. Ryan Garcia, and I've been saying this, and why aren't you media fucks picking up on this? His social media following is bullshit. I'll prove it. Just put him on a fight on ESPN in the main event against anyone. I guarantee he's going to do worse than Jesse Magdaleno. I would, once again, risk my life on this bet, Andrew. I am telling you legitimately, I don't think Ryan Garcia against a fucking scrub who's going to punch him in the nuts for 10 straight rounds will not draw the same number that Jesse Magdaleno did. I'm willing to bet real hard cash and my life.
Especially on the, it's funny you bring that up because Ryan has actually talked about why is ESPN putting on boxing and not
exactly
the zone.
Because like as far as I know, like the zone isn't putting on any boxing and will soon, but hasn't any yet. And like who are their primary promoters? Matchroom and Golden Boy. So they're not putting on any fights right now. So I mean, right now the zone is pretty much dead. I had a subscription to DAZN, and I just let that shit run out, honestly, because there aren't any fights. I watch Bellator on that shit, and that's not even happening right now, so I'm not even, paying.
Bellator's going to be back before De La Hoya. I just got an email about Bellator.
Bam! Look at that. Fuck yeah. I don't blame fucking, Ryan, but, I mean, he's even getting, try to get lured away by one of the Charlos.
But here's the problem. Ryan, his group, or whoever did it, as a guy who does marketing, I get what I do for my clients. And I say there's an exposure number, there's an actual like number, there's a follower number, right? And this is, by the way, what Dan Rayfield's doing right now. You think you have a big following. I don't want to break it to Dan and Ryan Garcia. It's all bullshit. Like, the internet is legitimate bullshit. At that moment, let's just take a regular, like this video. This video will probably do several thousand views. It will be seen by, I don't know, 5 or 10,000 people. And ultimately, at the end of the day, my answer is it's all bullshit. How many people watched it start to finish? And when you get to that real number, like a podcast, and it whittles down to, I don't know, a couple hundred, right? The truth is, that's your real number. But Ryan has got caught up in this, I have 15 million people following me on social media. Ryan, take a deep breath. I'm the biggest D-bag there is on the planet. I have done 10 million views. You have not done 10 million views on any of the shit you have ever produced. And here's why I'm telling you this. It's all bullshit. I'm not making internet dollars, South Park episode reference, internet dollars. It doesn't exist. Like, getting internet advertising is bullshit. Like, all of it is bullshit. And Ryan Garcia has been banking on this, I got a following. Show me the fucking following, dude. They didn't buy tickets in LA. We all saw it. Nobody watches your motherfucking fights. You talk a lot of shit. I'm just guessing that you stick spoons up fucking De La Hoya's ass. I gotta be brutally honest. This has gone on way too long. Ryan Garcia might be a talented fighter. Legit. Okay?
Might is the big word there, though. Might.
Exactly.
Right? We haven't seen him do anything.
No.
Have you seen him do
He
anything?
was going to make $200,000, and he's a mite.
Yeah.
He's a mite, right? The reality is, if you are a mite like a Shakur Stevenson, shut up, take your fight, knock him out, wait for the next fight. Knock him out, get a belt, shut up, defend yourself. Like, rinse, repeat. Like, boxing is boxing unlike UFC or even MMA. Like, you're either Bellator or you're UFC. You just fight, win, go to the title. Boxing's different. You get into this belt shit, you get into this fucking...
And which belt?
I'm with Bob, I'm with Oscar, I'm with Main Event. Shut up. Fight, win, title, defend, fight.
Well, that's all said and good. That's all fine and dandy, Lee, but you still need money to be involved. And right now, the sport that you keep talking about is main fighters are all pissed off at the sport for not paying them. And in boxing, we don't have that. Ryan Garcia is a special case, but when you look at the numbers that Garcia's fucking, he's a special case.
What do you think Magdaleno made?
I don't give a shit. He fought, and he don't cry afterwards saying, I can't buy a fucking house, okay? Sorry. So there's that going on for Top Rank and ESPN.
I bought him a house, for God's sake.
Exactly. No, I don't know what it is, but it's not the same. And don't get me wrong. And don't get me wrong. We've all heard the stories about the bullshit contracts of you get $1,000 for every minute you fight or every round you make. We know about those stories in boxing, but no, this Ryan Garcia kid, seriously, De La Hoya would have already found out who he was if this COVID never hit. He was supposed to fight Linares. Now that's gone. He's fighting some unranked guy, and he's bitching about $200,000.
Take it.
What does De La Hoya do with him at this point? I really don't know. Do you just shelve this kid until the contract wears out, go into some court battle with them?
Or you sell it.
I don't know what.
You sell it to Bob. Look.
No, well, or a fucking or Heyman or PBC, because like I've read recently that one of the Charlos was trying to, like, through Twitter get to Ryan to be like, dude, come on, and there's no one better than Al Heyman. Come on. I mean, he's probably trying to lure him away. I don't know. I mean, that's as far as
And he
right
would.
now he's being shelved, and De La Hoya is going to put Virgil Ortiz on.
Andrew, I'm just getting this in my earpiece, and I've been instructed by Sam Navajero to break this story. I'm really Al Heyman. And that really is the bubble. Thank you. By the way, go watch the video. It's way funny.
He said it is bullshit, and why am I being held back financially?
Held back? Dude, you haven't fought anybody.
Well, hold on. So
Do you see?
sign a contract that was
Do you
like
see the
major
difference? Yeah, he just signed it.
So what the fuck? Like, I mean, like, is
He
it?
spent it. That you want to know what that tells me? You
Yes.
spent it. You split
Yes,
it.
he did.
He did that fucking.
Yes, he did.
And bought a fucking watch or a car or a house or something.
He bought a car. I believe. I do believe he did buy a car. He
He's
put that on
thinking
his Twitter
Mayweather,
feed.
for God's sakes.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
By the way,
yes, he
as
does.
much as we all talk shit about Mayweather, Mayweather fought names. Like, I don't want to break it to anybody about Mayweather.
And beat names.
And beat
Not
me.
just
Well,
fought,
I
but
think
beat.
he's undefeated. I saw it on the way into town. It said, "Hey, by the
You
way,
might
I
be
know you're
right.
coming back." It's a much longer thing when you come back into Vegas now. Hey, by the way, in case you forgot, my name is Floyd Mayweather, and I'm still
Right.
50-0. He doesn't count at 51-0. It's still 50-0, Andrew.
Anyway.
Ryan Garcia, go fuck yourself. I mean, seriously, bro.
It's getting to that point. It's going to start getting. I don't know how he patches this one up with De La Hoya.
Be a goddamn name and show me you're that guy. Like, I'm tired of these.
Earn that money. Let it show us.
Earn that
you're
money,
worth
man.
That shit. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's like, it's not just paying you fucking major bucks to fight no names and unranked guys like fucking Wilder. Like, get your ass out there, and even if you fucking lose, if you put on a fucking badass effort, I will watch your fights. I'll pay the pay-per-views. I don't give a fuck.
By
But
the way,
it's just like,
do I look jacked in the video if I turn my arms?
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
black label's kicking in. All right. With that said, do you have at least one more story? I gotta let Andrew go here.
Just a couple of things. Arum has a
What?
small list of fighters that
What?
potentially can fight Crawford.
What?
Brooke, Thurman, Porter, or Ugas.
You need to make a pause on this. Let's try it again.
Oh, jeez, Christ. All right. Crawford's opponents, potential opponents.
What?
Per Bob,
What?
Brooke,
What?
Thurman,
What?
Porter,
What?
or Ugas.
What? That's just for you, Sam. I swear to God. And a wrestling reference.
Yeah. So he's got all those names as potential opponents. Those are all.
Andrew,
all
you're
PBC
also.
guys.
He might be thinking about fighting you. He might be thinking about fighting.
I
Bob.
also
Jesus
want
Christ.
to put in there. Ugas has been thrown around to Spence. So don't be surprised if Al Heyman pulls that fight off. They're both under the same stable.
Wait,
As for the Golden Boy situation, I want to put some more boxing news out there real quick. Virgil Ortiz looks like he's going to be replacing Ryan Garcia for the headliner of that card. It's to take place July 24th.
No, he's a Virgil Ortiz.
Virgil. I said.
Virgil Ortiz, yes, sir. 15-0 and 15.
Yep.
So, and he's the one that remember, he's the one that said he was the future of Golden Boy, and Ryan started crying over that.
Doesn't he have a gimmick? I feel like Virgil has a gimmick. He's not the pillow guy, but like I feel like he's got a gimmick though.
Does he?
I feel like he does. It's good branding. I mean, to be brutally honest, as a social media marketing guy, if you're a fighter, you need a pillow or a baby bottle or
something that's not
the fucking
related.
Spartan shorts or whatever the fuck it is you do. I like anything. Look, if you fought 15 guys.
Here's some other breaking news, you guys.
What? What?
Come on, come on.
Wait,
Dazin doesn't know if they're
What?
Dazin doesn't know if they're even going to carry that fight.
God damn.
No shit.
There's some major issues going on with Dazin right now.
Oh, man.
What do you got, Andrew? Share
I'm
us
just
more.
telling you. It says at the bottom of the article, Dazin doesn't know if they will be carrying that Ortiz fight with De La Hoya. This is Golden Boy's first fight in COVID-19, and they might be doing it on their own.
All right, so on their own, where though? They needed a distribution. Would it be Fox? Because I know they show they re-air old De La Hoya fights on Fox sometimes, and he had some issue with Fox before, some sort of deal. Would it be Fox then? Because who the fuck else? Because it's my understanding that the only distribution they had was DAZN or DAZN.
That could be a Spanish network. Maybe it doesn't even hit American television.
No shit. Oh, because I mean, where the fuck else? That's pretty much what I expected, right? I mean, who the hell else?
It would have to be them. It's not going to be PBC. It's not going to be. Does Golden Boy work with ESPN?
I don't know. I mean, same people that work with Bob, probably not.
Probably not, right? So I would think it's going to go Spanish network. I don't see them doing a pay-per-view, Golden Boy pay-per-view. That's out.
especially with a no-name opponent.
There we go.
I mean, I don't know who the hell Ortiz is fighting at this point.
Really?
But
Now it's bleached out totally. God damn it!
I don't know. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know why this is. I mean, obviously financial issues is a problem, but does it say specifically or anything as far as why the zone may not do it?
Oh, I think it's because they don't have no money, bro. Not only are they losing subscribers, you got to remember DAZN DAZN was built with a lot of foreign fighters coming together, right? They did fights in other countries. They did split venues.
Yeah.
All that's gone right now. Like, they're really dead in the water. They don't have a big American stable, right? We've been arguing that about DAZN for a while now, that they need better American fighters under their brand to get it big over here. They tried Canelo. Canelo was supposed to be their crossover star, and it just didn't pan out. Saul Alvarez is not loved like Julio Cesar Chavez and like Oscar De La Hoya were. He's just not. He has everything. He has everything except the complexion. I'm sorry.
He gets hated a lot, though.
He gets hated a lot.
Yeah, people hate it.
He does, and it's literally because he roided for a bad.
No, it's because I think it's the complexion.
It's jealousy, man. People like Chavez Jr. or Chavez Sr. or fucking even like Marquez or Barrera or Morales. Who the fuck knows that they got paydays even anywhere near as much?
We've documented it going all the way back to the radio.
I'm sure they hate his ass.
I know nobody's gonna like this take, and Andrew knows this take. Barrera literally hid behind a couple of fights. Like, he literally played the money game. He played the belt game. And I called it cowardly. When you ultimately become a fighter and your game is going to be a chess game to get to a title, to get to bigger money, Barrera did it, Marquez did it, De La Hoya did it. Like, all these fighters, and this is what Ryan's not getting. You have to get to a spot on the chessboard where you are the most dominant person on the board. At that point, now it's a chess game, right? I said this on the air, so don't everybody fucking come down on me. I called Barrera a coward on San Diego public radio airwaves, and Andrew knows this. I got a fucking death threat. The reality was he wasn't a coward. What he was doing was strategically positioning himself to make the most money in his next fight. And I don't begrudge that now that I understand the mechanics of boxing. When I first started doing the show, I did not realize how political boxing was even when we started it in 2006, 2007. Like, this is a fucking game. Like, I know everybody thinks De La Hoya doesn't deserve the money, Bob doesn't deserve the money, Main Events doesn't deserve it, Al Heyman, if he's real, doesn't deserve the money. But the truth of the matter is, and Sam, yes, I know I'm talking real boxing. It's a game. Like, you go to a belt because you have a relationship. Did anybody pick up on Thursday or Tuesday the fact that the WBC is backing all of these fights?
Oh, with those medals? with the little medals they put on, like
literally, could they brand any harder of literally saying, Bob's our new guy. We want Bob. Bob for president. And it started from the first fight.
Bob's the only one fighting, Lee.
Well, truthfully, no, Bob eats soup. I mean, to be brutally honest. But the team is smart enough to go, let's brand with a title. Let's get those titles on our fighters. Let's make those fights happen. Let's get Suleiman a fucking hooker and a bag of cocaine and make him happy. I've met the WBO president. They are literally figureheads who are the most dumbest people I've ever met in boxing. And I can only say that about the WBO president. And based on what I know about the WBC and the Suleiman family, probably the same. I don't know what the IBF sanctioning body looks like. I don't know what the WBA sanctioning body looks like. But nobody cares about those. The two bodies that are making money right now, contrary to everybody out there, you either have a WBO or you have a WBC. And those are the money belts right now, period. End of sentence. It's not a discussion. I'm fucking Bird, and I'm the heavyweight champion for the IBF. I don't want to break it to anyone. Go Google, Bird's fucking heavyweight run as the IBF champion before he got smashed by Lennox Lewis? ¿Qué? ¿Qué dónde?
Holyfield.
It might have been Holyfield. I think it was Holyfield.
Was it Holyfield?
Yeah.
Again, that was his big money fight.
Hey, wait. You know who crushed him too? Wasn't it Klitschko?
Oh, Klitschko.
Klitschko, the destroyer of.
Yeah, he fucking he exploded his face.
I'm not gonna let that go. You guys are all fuck everyone for thinking that Klitschko isn't goddamn gold.
One quick thing about the ESPN shows. I found the ratings for the ESPN shows. Shakur Stevenson peaked at 609,000 views. Right. He averaged 397.
Right.
Magdaleno peaked at 392 views. He averaged 311. And Joshua Greer, in the last fight, he averaged 350,000 views.
Wow,
it peaked at 503. Decent numbers for the opponents, the main card guys. Shakur, Magdaleno, and Greer, really not our headliners, right? They don't really push a lot of ticket sales, and those are decent numbers for them coming out the gate on this COVID thing.
All right, so let's end the show real quickly because Andrew has to go to bed. And
yes, thank you, Lee.
We're going to go look at the bubble.
Have fun. Yeah, I know. Have fun.
He's got, oh my God. I'm going to take the fucking Black Label bottle and drink straight out of it, for God's sake. Look up tomorrow night's fight. We have a fight on Thursday.
Yeah.
How do we get into that? I feel like I want to go.
It's Gabriel Flores. I know he's on the card tomorrow. Stockton.
Toprink.com. All right, Andrew. We'll pull up the whole fight card. Before we get to that, did we miss any news stories that caught your attention? This is your moment to shine.
Yeah, no, I'm actually looking up. We got a lot of weigh-in pictures for the fight tomorrow, and it looks like it is Flores that will be doing the main event. Also, Jose Pedraza is going to be on that fight card.
Pedraza's the main event. If I'm not mistaken, Pedraza's
Oh, is it Pedraza the main event? Okay.
Is he
okay.
rolling ours?
You are rolling ours.
Do it again, Andrew. That was really hot.
Oh, no. It's only every once in a while. Don't you start.
You did the whole Pedraza.
Well, how was I supposed to say Pedraza's name, Lee? How was I supposed to say it? No, you say it like the white guy. You say it like the white. Tell me how I'm supposed to say it.
All right, do you want me to do it really white? Just for
yeah, let's hear it. White guy.
Oh, fuck.
You got to roll your R. You're from Southern.
If your friends don't tell you tomorrow that they appreciated this moment, tell them to go fuck themselves on my behalf. Pedraza. Do you want it with more stick up my ass? Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. More stick up my ass. Pedraza. Fuck you all.
I was going to say, he's from East L.A. Hey, he rolls his R's even when he doesn't want to.
And it's a big roll. It's a D and an R, so it's a big Pedraza. If your tongue doesn't flip the top of your mouth like you're licking pussy, you did it wrong. I'm just being brutally honest. It's Pedraza.
The fucking vodka's kicking in on Lee.
Oh, dude. I'm not gone yet. I'll be gone shortly.
He said, roll your R like licking pussy. I like that. That's very good, bro.
Right.
Hey.
Right? How do you, Andrew, I realize because you're married and you don't have to put the extra labor in. This guy still has to. Good for you, bro. And by the way, your family just heard that. I just got you to admit that on air. I'm in Vegas, Andrew. What did you expect? I haven't been here since goddamn December when I got blackballed at the Strat for having a fucking outrage with a fucking security guard because I flipped him off. I mean, I did lose a couple of $1,000. Who would you want to flip off? All right, with that said, Miguel, take it away. What's the bottom of the card? What should we get excited about?
Well, Gabriel Flores Jr., of course. You know, that guy's I think it's going to be a 10-rounder. So, you know, lightweights, I'm looking forward to that one. His opponent is a guy named Jose Ruiz. But the main event, Jose Pedraza, for those of you who don't remember who Pedraza is, or
Pedraza,
he's fought Lomachenko. He's fought Beltran. He took his belt away from Beltran. So he's fought some top guys. He's fighting this guy, Mikel Lespierre, a 10-round
Do we need
junior
to actually
welterweight.
Google that to see how much of a shitbag he is, or should we
the rest
just
of the
guess?
fight, the rest of the card, you can just kind of like eyeball it. But those are the 2 fights that I'm looking forward to for sure.
All right, Andrew, tell me about
And
Pedraza. Ooh, I got
Pedraza and is it Jamal Herring? I believe came to Top Rank from PBC. Both turned into world champs.
what?
Pretty, yeah, pretty big for Bob Arum there.
What? I didn't steal
'cause-
anything from Al Heyman.
Yeah, he
That's
didn't
a
steal
lie.
anything. He just took some fighters that they thought were no more and made them world champs. So,
Man, my lord.
yep, check him out tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to Gabriel Flores from Stockton. Yes, sir.
Yes, we've been watching him firsthand, and for those of you who don't know, Andrew and I have religiously gone to go and watch that horse shit at Fresno. It was fun. We had good barbecue.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
We had good.
And I did-
hot dogs at the other place.
They got a horse track right up the street.
Of
Yes,
course,
they do.
Where you bet on Japanese fucking horses. Andrew. With that said, Andrew, I hear you're going to Reno this weekend via you. What
Yes.
What are you doing in Reno, Andrew?
We're just getting away. It's just time to get away, Lee. So
No kids.
that's it.
You
No.
and your lovely wife are just
Yes.
going up there.
Yes.
Will you be working the Pedraza?
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you mean? Will I be working? What are you talking about?
The tongue, the flip of the tongue. Maybe working.
Oh, you're so stupid.
All right, Andrew, because you're the only one not on video who's only a picture on the video, take us out Larry Merchant style. You know how much I love it.
No, I don't have nothing, Lee. God damn it.
In
Which
the
McCart?
years of COVID,
There you go. Go ahead, Lee.
have I ever done a Larry Merchant outro?
No, you haven't.
No.
Thanks, Jim. In the years since COVID, we've survived through hurricanes, pestilence, and KKK members. I think it's wonderful that boxing has put a spin on our future. In fact, it's what boxing brings to all of us. A chance to understand those of us that are not of the same skin color. And I'm not saying that as Larry Merchant, being the whitest human being ever, and a continual drunk. I share a lot with him, by the way. Jim, when we see fighters like Pedraza and Shakur Stevenson putting their all into the sport so that they can give back on an entertainment level to the rest of us in boxing, you have to applaud it. It doesn't matter that they're fighting guys that can be knocked out by 2-bit, second-rate fighters on any level. It's the fact that they were proud enough and brave enough and, God damn it, amazing enough to go into the ring
So stupid.
and take a nut shot like Jesse Garcia.
By the way,
By the way, if I was drunk, Andrew, I would have never pulled that shit.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Wait. Do I get a standing O? Do I get a standing O? Wait, standing O. I want my standing O.
Very good. Very
Oh
good.
my
well
God.
deserved. Well deserved.
Anything you want to add, my friend, before we go and tear up 3 corners of Las Vegas because they're the only ones open?
Have fun. Be safe. Sunday night. I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.